Shabbat Shalom and greetings to you all. And thank you for all the comments that have been coming in. Your questions and suggestions are always welcome. And they help us address what you want addressed, and your comments provide invaluable information. So thank you. Now, this was the big week of atonement. It's an ominous word, isn't it? We atone for any sins we've done, whether to God, whether to our fellow man, or ourselves. That's certainly more than a day's worth of work for most of us. So maybe, just maybe it's something we need to keep in mind and work to correct as soon as we realize we've done something. And remember, Kippur comes from kapara, which means cleansing. It is the day of our spiritual cleanse. We are now clean. We start fresh. How good does it feel when you clean your home and it takes on that new, fresh sense? You can feel that way about yourself too. And if you missed it, and it's all right if you did, I posted a show like for Rosh Hashanah, which covers the essentials and will allow you to direct your intention to forgiveness, atonement, and for being sealed in the book of life. Remember, it is not a save the date, and if you missed it, too bad till next time. Every day can be a day of atonement. It is a whenever you need to. And only you need to know when that is. You don't need to share it with anybody else. It's up to you. As soon as you feel you need to atone for something, go ahead. And once again, this is a busy week, with all the things going on. We have the Torah finishing. We have Brett and Arthur's wedding. Columbus Day in much of the U.S. They might have been changed in some cities or states, or maybe even canceled altogether. It's Thanksgiving in Canada. And friends, we do have so much to be thankful for, whether we know it or not. Sometimes it takes adversity for us to realize all the things we can and should be grateful for. And we have the beginning of Sukkot, one of the major gathering festivals, when we live in our booths. And that commences as Columbus Day ends on Monday. And I'll do a show about Sukkot next week because it is the whole HaMoed, or intermediate days of the holiday, next weekend. So there will not be a Torah reading, and we'll begin the Torah again the following week. So let's take some time now, as we do every week, to come together and welcome everyone we know as a family. Friends, community of like-minded, like-souled individuals in search of unification of spirit. The collective consciousness of seekers in a showing of faith, of love, a community, a chavura, fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov. Shevet Ahim Ya. Hine Matov. Shevet Ahim Ya. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community, together. And we are a community together. All of us. We join together, my friends, as a community. Let us all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, friends, this is just sending some of the goodwill that we all generate. And we generate it, and we send it out to the universe, where it ends up doing the most good with whoever it will do the most good for. And continue to grab every opportunity that you have to spend time with family, with friends, with loved ones, or even just some time with self, continuing to explore who you are. Right? We need to know who we are. You have that brief opportunity every week, every day, to find yourself in a state of at oneness with the greatest of universal powers, and that great power is love. So spend a little bit of time, every day if you can, but certainly every week. And just because Yom Kippur is ended does not mean that you just stop being decent and forgiving and go back to who you were before. Continue to work on yourself. Always work on yourself. Continue to fix yourself. To make amends, to be the bigger person in any dispute, and to tell the people who have meaning in your life that they have meaning in your life. And if you do only one thing, my friends, please do that. And that's the perfect opportunity to segue into helping heal the world, which is what we're designed to do. It's time to invoke blessings and healing and renewal for everybody everywhere. For everybody you know. For the souls and spirits of everybody you know. So think of whoever. Focus on them, call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It's the healing of the world. The tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Friends, the world is a work in progress, which is why we are obliged to fix it by fixing ourselves. That's the meaning behind tikkun olam. So let's send some renewal, some healing, some goodwill out for Tally, Tony, for Robert and Joanne, for Dawn and Bob, for David, for Sherry, and for the bee. And of course, my friends, renewal for all of you because you need renewal too. It is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill and love we all send out. It circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each and every one of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friends, never dies. Mi Shapera Avotenu Makor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. And let us say, Amen. Mishaberach, let us all have our spirits renewed. Now this is the great prayer for healing, in which we call upon God to heal as He's healed before. Mishaberach, may He who blessed, because healing is a blessing. So let's all heal as we pray for renewal and show gratitude for the wonders of our lives. Now this was the week of atonement, of the sealing of the great books, as we read Ha'azinu, give ear. But we simplify it. Sometimes we simply call it listen. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. Rain, won't you tell her that I love her so? Please ask the sun to set her heart aglow. Rain in her heart, let the love we know start to grow. Rain, it has always been one of the great metaphors in life. Now this is an amazing end to the Torah, and this is one of my favorites of all the parshas, and I say that a lot, but this truly is one of my favorites. It's known as the Song of Moses. It's one of the great poems of biblical times. Now, in ancient and even modern Hebrew and Israeli culture, there's absolutely no difference between a poem and a song. So the word is the same. Now, we think of them differently. And you come across references throughout the Bible to all kinds of songs. The Song of Moses, the Song of Miriam, perhaps most famous of all, the Song of Songs by Solomon. And we know it's important because Moses calls his two favorite witnesses to listen to what he's going to say. Deuteronomy 32:1. Listen, skies, so I may speak, and let the earth hear what my mouth says. He's calling the heavens and the earth to witness his words. Now, I still think it would have been an incredible opening to the Bible, like a Greek drama, an epic poem, or Shakespearean play. It tells so much. It tells us what is going to happen. It's not like we do not know what happens. We know everything, but we read this book again and again. And because it is an organic, living testament, it speaks to us freshly each time. Maybe we need to read the end first, just once, so we're reminded of what's coming and who the characters in this great show are. But at the same time, it does make the perfect Yom Kippur time of year reading. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now notice how this parsha emphasizes learning and its use of metaphor. 31:2. Let my teaching come down like showers. Let my saying emerge like dew, like raindrops on plants, like rainfall on herbs. Raindrops on roses, whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles, and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and I don't feel so bad. Rain, immortalized in the sound of music and pictured hand in hand with the romance of Paris. It cleanses, makes you feel better. But here, the showers, the rain, the dew, essentials for life of an agrarian society, and like rainfall, the words of God will float down and nurture us. He will rain down love upon us. My life was like a desert flower, burning in the sun, until I found the way to love was hard said than done. Let it rain, let it rain, let your love rain down on me. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, rain, rain. So what about his introduction to the major players? Well, first there's God. Moses continues. The rock. His work is unblemished, for all his ways are judgment. God of trust. And without injustice, he's virtuous and right. That's quite an introduction to God. And by the rock, he means God. And you will come across references to God as the rock, not the wrestler, but a strong, solid, powerful force in many ancient writings. What about man? Deuteronomy 31:5. Steadfast God without wrong, true and right is he. Did he act ruinously? No. His son's the fault, a perverse and twisted brood. God's children are flawed, crooked, and as we saw, with evil in their hearts. And the choice of words that is used here is very telling. The noun mum means an injury of the sort that makes a man unacceptable for the priesthood or an animal unacceptable for sacrifice. And that's the descriptive being used for man. Here perhaps it points to damage in human nature. Friends, this is one of the great epic poems foretelling the turning of children on their father. And like Beauty and the Beast, it is a tale as old as time, and it's not hard to see who's the beauty and who's the beast. Now, all great stories throughout literature, throughout history, have protagonists and antagonists. The great story of man is no different. Now, I say it's the perfect Yom Kippur time of year reading. And it finds this song has its own controversy, and it stems from edits to the passage in Deuteronomy 32:8, which makes a reference to the dispersion of humankind and uses the phrase Bnei Israel, children of Israel. But there's a Dead Sea Scroll, which instead says to the number of the children of the gods, or children of God, Bnei Elohim. The phrase children or sons of the gods normally means the gods. Now, scholars have hypothesized that this was the original reading of this verse and that later scribes or editors were distressed by the meaning. So they changed children of the gods to children of Israel. And yet there's also a Greek version, which takes us back to Genesis 6, because the Greek text reads, to the number of the angels of God. And there are cases in which the Bnei Elohim are thought to be the angels. Now, friends, does it matter? So what if it says angels, gods, highest God? The belief was the God of Moses was the supreme God. We have remained monotheistic ever since. We are left with the belief that there was a heavenly order to things. And so this controversy points to the celestial court as described, and it is best read in Psalm 82, where it pictures God standing in the divine council as he judges among the gods. And in this extraordinary scene, God criticizes the other gods for failing to judge justly. And he takes away their immortality, condemning them to die like humans. I have said you are gods, children of the highest, all of you, but you shall die like a human. Is this the celestial court that we face every year at Yom Kippur? There was great belief that there was an actual celestial court. And as we end, Deuteronomy 32:18 says, you forgot the God who gave you birth, the Lord saw, and he spurned from the vexation of his sons and his daughters, and he said, let me hide my face from them. I shall see what their end will be, for their a generation of overthrows, children with no trust in them. A repeat of what he said before. He will turn his face from man, and among other things, this had contributed to Luther's Deus Absconditus, the hidden God, and Nietzsche's suggestion that God is dead. In reality, it has led to a situation in which humans are forced to grow up, to become more responsible for their own world. And the only way they can be forced to take that responsibility is if God is hidden. At whatever price, with whatever successes, conquering diseases, discovering secrets of the creation of the universe, humans must grow up. God will see what their destiny will be. Yes, my friends, this book is sacred as the world is sacred, and so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace, freedom for everyone, an end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing for all who need it. And please do learn to forgive. Learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them, and take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy your journey, my friends. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions and use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect, everything's linked together. As I said, you've always time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you have done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness, but do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. Forgive those you've hurt as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace, my friends, is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world as they are? Can you accept life just as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being. Keep sharing. Keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith in the principle of love in all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none, cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere. Work to be present in the body. Expand the heart, quiet the mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful. And that means you need to be aware and present in all of life's circumstances. So make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you, because you're never alone. You're forever blessed. And you have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words, my friends, are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous. Bless others and bless yourself. Love with the heart. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. And be there for someone, because someone is always there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief. Do not accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you have experienced wherever, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other. We're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean, and remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. You are being watched out for, So always be kind. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. Do not get caught in fear. Forgiveness comes from acceptance, and that brings peace, and peace, my friends, can last forever. So as the next year unwinds, remember you are loved. And welcome walking in the rain, because the gifts of God will continue to rain down upon you, even if we do not always recognize them. And we don't always recognize them. Raindrops keep falling on my head, just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head. They keep falling. Yes, they do. Raindrops are going to keep falling. Now, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great week. Celebrate love. And join me next time for a crash course in Sukkot and Lulav and Etrog use. And my friends, blessings to you all. Take care.